We're live. We're live. We're live. Like I wigs, not I wigs. Like. I got my eye wigs. You're not gonna be out the way. It's an eye weave. I love it. I love it. What makes the difference? What's the difference between a wig and a weave?
A wig, you just put it on
and take it off, right?
A weave, you got weave. But anyway, good morning, everyone. How you doing? Last night,
oh my goodness,
we had a wonderful conversation about what we learned about money as a child and how was money discussed in our home when we were children. But today, as a topic, and I'm excited about the topic too, is
what have you learned about money
at this age? What have you learned?
What have you learned
about money that you're willing to share? What have you learned?
And we're going to help one another through this journey because you might know something I don't know, and I might know something you don't know.
And you're probably going to learn something today, too.
Together, we're going to learn something. It's also Wisdom Wednesday.
Now, her name is Dr.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And you tuned into a podcast.
I didn't know what I was getting ready to say.
You tuned into a broadcast called
Let's Talk About It.
And we talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans.
So that's who we are. That's what we talk about. And we're looking forward
to
sharing
who we be.
This
and we are going to discuss that. What have you learned about money? Along with have our wisdom segment from Brother Mark, from the handsome Brother Mark Greer. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
And if you like it, this cool. You enjoy it today and tomorrow, because after that,
we're going back to hot.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're going to be up in the 80s.
I like the hot. I don't particularly enjoy the cool. I feel like I'm outside right now, which is why I have on my microphone. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Good morning, Uzama. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Today's topic is, what have you learned about money? And Dr. Beverly submits, money answers all things, but isn't everything.
Wow.
Please. Drop the mic on that.
That's good.
So she goes on to say finances are necessary. How to handle finances require knowledge and wisdom.
That's pretty good. Straight out the gate, the first entry, bam. Oh.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Rosama.
How to handle finances requires knowledge and wisdom. And both of those things, again, another amazing post. Knowledge can be acquired, and wisdom is normally gained by experience. And a lot of times, wisdom is gained by bad decisions as well as experience. But you don't have to have the bad experience and the experience bad decisions yourself.
You don't have to.
You can borrow someone else's
You can borrow
bad decisions.
And I wonder how much of those experiences we would try to be shared from someone else. They meant well, but they hadn't really finished learning the lesson of what the lesson was, so they mistaught it.
Yeah, that happens tragically too often. When they understand it, but they don't understand it well enough to teach. They understand it well enough to benefit themselves.
Sometimes not even
that all the way.
No.
You know, there's so many examples I can think of, but it's not unfounded that my wife is cold. We sleep with the window open in my bedroom, okay? And last night was a cool night, and plus we keep the fan going too. I like to have air circulating in the room. So she woke up, and the house was only 68 degrees for some reason, because it was cold outside, and I had the AC on, so she's cold right now. So that's okay. I'm not cold. This is actually a neck brace.
And
Because
not one of your fancy turtleneck.
no, it's not a fancy turtleneck. I got whiplash last year, and from time to time, this is really the first time since last year, but I feel that neck strain and it hurts. So, but this brace always makes me feel better. Okay,
Hmm.
so it makes me feel better to wear it. So that's why I have it on today. But not because I'm cold, but at least it's cold. Okay.
I'm cold. I have been experiencing cold differently since 2020, actually. Since 2020, was it 2021 when I got sick?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've been experiencing cold differently. When I get cold, it gets into my bones, and it's hard to get it out of my bones. That's
But
one of them old lady things.
yeah, you getting to be an old lady. That's my old lady. My old lady. She don't know me like that, but I get it from Richard Pryor. Now, some guys been married for a while. That's how they introduce their wives. That's my old lady. But today we're gonna have a good day. I am looking forward to a great day today. I've already done my Wednesday morning mastermind group, and it was really, really great. The primary question today was, uh, "What problem do you solve?"
Mhm.
And we have people all over the world answering the question of what problem you solve. And of course, I contributed my thoughts on it too.
Okay.
Because the challenge is, Dr. Beverly, that a lot of us solve a lot of problems.
Mhm.
But what is the big and obvious problem that's solved by you and your services? What is, because we all need a tip of the spear. We all need a leading edge or a leading point. Yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and that's true. You can do this, this, and this. But what's the thing you want to be known for? What's the tip? What's the lead in for you? So I contributed that, and then I contributed the other thing I contributed this morning was when it was asked, man, what I put in there? Oh, what is your one tip based on what you do? What is your one tip that you would offer anyone?
Mm.
And my one tip was focus more, much more, on how your clients are better have an experience with you.
Interesting.
How are their lives better off if they experience you and your services? If you focus on that, the right words will come. Okay.
Dr. Beverly says money will take you where common sense will turn you around.
Whoop.
He goes on to say, money is
Oh,
said it can't buy love, but to some, if the money is gone, the love leaves with it.
another two more amazing
Mm.
things. Let's talk about the first one first. Money will take you where common sense will turn you around. You know what, Dr. Beverly, that is so amazing. My first thought was the great philosopher Robin Harris of the 80s, the stand-up comedian. What you want me to do? Let me make my point before you jump. I'm not finished my point yet, okay?
I wasn't taking your point. I was just saying good morning.
Let me finish my point, okay? But Robin Harris had this thought about Dr. Beverly said, money is said, can't scroll back up to the other
It's
one.
right there.
No, it's not. So one above it. This is what I want. Money will take you where common sense will turn you around. But Robin Harris had this thought that cocaine is God's way of saying to some people, you've got too much damn money. Okay, you got too much money. That's what cocaine is for. He says, because that money will tell you, I'll just pay the money for this drug, that expensive drug at the time. Even though common sense will tell you don't do that. Money will take you into places or have you do things sometimes that common sense might turn you around. That's what I wanted to say, sweetheart.
Good morning, William Brown. And I wasn't trying to stop you. I was simply letting people know who Robin Harris is, baby kid.
It's
But
right. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good morning, William Brown.
Even the
Good
thought about
morning,
money
good
can't buy
morning.
love, but to some, if I don't tell you that. Money can't buy love, but to some, if the money is gone, the love leaves with it. Can't buy me love, the Beatles song, right? Can't buy me love.
Yeah,
It can buy a good time.
but there's going to be a whole new bit of knowledge that has been born out of the current influencers era as a result of some of this money befalling individuals with a different kind of energy behind it. Now we're going to get some new quote unquote wisdom out of the importance or the value or the lack of importance and lack of value with money. I wonder
I think
how
it's scary.
far we're going to go away from the thoughts that we have had for a couple of generations about money after this generation becomes the elders. That's going to be
I think it's going to be scary because Teenage influencers and influencers in their 20s are becoming the modern day philosophers to some, and they don't know enough yet.
Because money has bought them the opportunity to stand in the place of
Of actual wisdom,
of wisdom.
of actual years. It boggles my mind, 24-year-old life coaches, because I know what I was like at 24, and I was a pretty smart guy. Okay. But when I turned 34, I realized how dumb I was at 24. Although I do recognize there's a place for that, but I can't listen to them. Okay. Because they're more than half my age. I can't hear you. Okay. There are some things that only experience can teach you.
Mm-hmm.
And in your 20s, you haven't lived long enough to have learned some of these lessons. Holla if you hear me, that when you were 21, you thought you knew how the world worked, and you turned 31 and realized how dumb you were at 21.
Dr. Beverly goes on to say, money said the right relationship with money will always keep you ahead of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Dr.
morning,
Beverly, you
Sam.
are bringing it this morning.
That's
Good morning,
Sister
Sister
Drusilla's baby. He ain't a baby.
Good morning, Brother Alfred Perry. He's watching. Sister Jasmine Romaine, she's watching it too. Good morning to you both. This is an amazing conversation. What have you learned about money is the topic. Mm-hmm. What have you learned about money? And shout him out. Jay Mattier needs to get in this room. Jay Mattier needs to come in here. Who else needs to be in this room for this conversation? Mm-hmm. William Brown says,
I was a genius at 18.
Yeah. You were a genius, and I believe we thought that.
Absolutely. That was actually one of the things that I remember about my grandmother. One of the quotes that she used to say was, move while you're 15 and you know everything.
Oh, yeah. Because when you're 15, I thought I was the smartest man in the house at age 15. Mm-hmm. I knew I was smarter than my mom and dad. They didn't know anything about the world, really, because they were too old.
How could they possibly know anything about this world that we live in?
They don't know anything.
Good morning,
Dr. Deborah. I'm so happy you're here. It's only 3 minutes away before our at 9:15. But Dr. Deborah, what have you learned
about money?
Oh, this will be good coming from her because a lot of her adult life has been directly and indirectly around money. Dr. Beverly goes on to say,
money tip, learn how to count your own increase or you will be robbed blind.
Yeah. One of the men in the men's group last night was telling a story about when he was a child, he would go to the grocery store with his mother, and his mother would teach them how to start counting how much their stuff costs as it goes into the cart. Like this can of beans is $1.50. Okay, that's $1.50. This bread is $2. Okay, now that's $3.50. And we'll do a running tally. So by the time they got to the register, they have an idea what it was.
I still do that.
I never learned to do that. Okay.
I still do.
I'll do it now, but
I can get to the register and know, with the exception of what the taxes are, how much it's going to be.
But I thought it was phenomenal that he shared that as one of his things he first learned about money. Mm-hmm. His mom in the grocery store with him, keeping a tally of stuff you put in your cart.
Actually, that's probably one of those things that I talk about having overlearned, because that is one of those things that keeps me from putting things in the basket that I want. And it might be only I want it. Like, it's not for the house. It's not for the family. Nobody else likes it. I like it. And in my mind, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, that's an overlearning. I'm happy that you recognize that, because you certainly, as the matriarch of this household, you should be able to get some stuff that you like. Just for you, even though, like, you used to buy beets. I haven't seen beets in the refrigerator in a while.
Mm-hmm. No beets, no olives, and
we have olives. We got 2 jars of olives.
No, we got 2 jars of olives because they don't sell the brine without the olive, and I use the brine to make my martinis, but I haven't had martinis.
Although you have the ingredients for martinis in the house,
but no brine.
She gets the brine, the juice from the olives. Okay, it makes her martinis. But we do got some brine-less jars of olives in our refrigerator.
Yeah, and I don't buy. This is something else. It's from my very, very, very young background that I love, and nobody else eats it. People think it's disgusting, and that's pickled herring.
I have never seen that in my house. Okay,
I wonder why. I love it.
Because I'm not going to eat it.
Nobody's going to eat it.
And I'm not going to eat these. an overrun.
Yeah.
Because what does the beets cost? $4, $3? Okay. The decision that a lot of people make in the grocery store of looking between two cans of something and choosing the less expensive kind, even though they don't like the brand. Okay.
Or choosing the name brand just because it's the name brand.
Or choosing the name brand just because. But choosing the can of $2 versus $1.89. Okay, I like the $2 brand, but the $1.89 is 11 cents cheaper.
It's that time. It's that time. It's that time.
Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage for our Wisdom Wednesday wisdom segment.
We don't know what he's going to say, but we do know it's going to be dynamic. Coming to the stage, help us welcome Mr. Mark Greer.
Hey.
Good morning to you, Empowerment Duo family. It's your boy back again for another edition of Wisdom Wednesday. When you think of this very moment, those things that you once dreamed about and turning them into reality, are you moving forward in a positive and unified and definite step towards your goals and your aspirations? And if the answer to those questions is no, what's holding you back? A better question, who's holding you back? And after you look and try to find all of the excuses, if that person who is holding you back is you, what are you going to do about it? Because a lot of times, Empowerment Duo family, we would talk about what we're going to do. We would talk about what we're trying to accomplish. We would talk about the heights in which we want to achieve. But when it comes down to it, and we don't achieve those heights, and we don't accomplish those things, we have a tendency to try to blame something or someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that something or someone is rarely ourselves. And there are going to be times when you have to be your harshest critic and admit to yourself, all the things I said I was going to do and I was trying to do, I became my biggest obstacle. Yeah. I have become the one who became an obstacle and took away that opportunity. I have become the one who chose to wallow in the adversity as opposed to realizing my advantage. I chose to be a burden to myself instead of being a blessing to who I truly am. Empowerment Duo family, I'm letting you know this morning, today is the day for a shift.
Oh, come on.
A physical shift, a mindset shift that says I no longer will be a hindrance to my progress. Because if I can get the one person on the face of this earth who holds my greatness in his hands, me, if I can get that person on my side and be 100% committed and dedicated to taking me to new heights, there is not a soul on this planet that will keep me from anything that I want to achieve. Empowerment Duo family, and that same statement is for you as well. The very person who stares at you in the mirror each day, if you get that person on your side and tell that individual you will not be a hindrance, you will not be a burden, you will not be an adversity, you will not be an obstacle. You will be the catalyst for me accomplishing everything that I want to do in this life, because when I leave this planet and I'm standing at the pearly gates and I am asked this one question, have you used every single gift and talent that I've given you? There is no way, as long as I have a breath in my body or wings on my back, that I'm going to say no. I have to say that I used everything that you put in me. And the only way that I can do that is to make sure I am on my side. Empowerment Duo family, if you say nothing else today, I need you to look into the mirror and tell that person I am on your side, 100% committed. And I promise you, I will not be an obstacle. I will provide an opportunity for you. I will not be a burden. I'm going to be your biggest blessing. I will not wallow in adversity. I'm going to let you take advantage of the very thing that you have, your skills, your talents, your gifts, your presence, and your essence, to accomplish not only some major things, but to accomplish miraculous things. Because at the end of the day, you've heard me say it before, Empowerment Duo family, each one of you are a miracle.
Amen.
So Empowerment Duo family, move forward this day, being your biggest cheerleader. Move forward this day, being your biggest support. Move forward this day and be inspired by the very person you are, because it is that person who can take you from where you are today to unlimited heights of tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And if you're willing to do that, to do those things that are necessary, most importantly, to be on your side, the world belongs to you. That's all we have for you this morning,
That's
everybody.
good.
I told you earlier, I'm going to tell you again, all of you are miracles. All of you are something special. Every last one of you are a tremendous blessing to something and to someone. Continue to be so. We'll talk to you again soon. Peace.
Amen.
Amen.
That was awesome. I'm so happy that Mark Greer is in the room for me to say this to him. The message itself was amazing, but I want to lift up just one part now, the ending that Mark says. I know, Mark, that only when you say it do a lot of people hear that you are a miracle, that you are a blessing, that you are the blessing that somebody else prayed for. Mark, you remind us of that each week as you sign off of your already amazing message. What? You know, be in that person in the mirror, let them know that you're on their side and you're not going to be against that person in the mirror. What an amazing message today, Mark Greer. And thank you for reminding us of these things that we know. You know, intrinsically, we may have an idea about this, but we need Mark Greer to put words to it, which breathes life into these things. So thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. I salute you, my brother.
Thank you. Dr. Deborah says, I've learned that you should have more than one source of money.
Now let's talk right there
for
for a
our
second.
topic, what have you learned about money?
She's learned that you should have more than one source of money. So many Americans, so many people in the world in 2020, March of 2020, learned, oh shoot, we got to find another source of income because we was just relying on that, and that's taken away. No more outside. We can't go get our money now. We can't go get in front of people and do our presentation anymore. We got to shift, like Mark Greer just said. We shifted to an e-commerce model. An e-commerce model that we weren't doing before, but it was available to us before. Dr. Deborah Dustin is highlighting, she's learned that we should all have more than one source of money.
Dr. Beverly says one more money tip. Don't forget your change. It makes sense.
That's right.
Amen. Uzama.
Wait, before we get to Uzama, because I want to read every word of Uzama's stuff, okay? Don't forget your change. Anybody else coffee can people here? You know, those metal coffee cans, you still got one? Empty the change of your pockets into that, you know, those change. I have done that since I was a teenager. Throw my change into a can since I was a teenager. And I can remember one time it was my first wife, Michelle. I wanted to take her on a date and I had no money, but I had a full can of coins. Okay. I wanted to go on a date. I had no money. I had a full can of coins. And I went down to one of those, you know, where you pour your change in it at the supermarket, coin stars, okay? And man, I had enough, like 50, 60 bucks to have enough money to have a date. Didn't even realize it. Those coins make sense. So yes, that's a good tip.
Uzama says in the battle of hard money versus easy money, hard assets like gold and Bitcoin stand resilient against the inflationary pressures that erode flat currencies, such as the US dollar, the Venezuelan bolivar, and the Zimbabwean dollar. While easy money policies flood the market, currency such as US dollars,
Currency diluting policies flood the market with currency diluting its value. Hard money retains intrinsic worth, offering a hedge against economic instability. As history shows, currencies built on trust and scarcity, like gold and Bitcoin, outperform their flat counterparts.
Yes. safeguarding wealth and ensuring financial freedom in an unpredictable world. Choose hard money for a future that withstands the test of time. Amen.
That's
And
what Brother
Dr.
Uzama has learned about money.
And Dr. Deborah goes on to say, right, Brother Mark, some people, some places, habits, and thoughts have to be left behind to move forward. Amen. Dr. Beverly says, who is that angel? My deep voiced brother that will make you stand at attention. My brother Mark.
Mark Greer, you heard deep voiced brother, man.
She goes on to say, two jobs are for two different people.
Whoop.
If that one job doesn't match your financial goals, shifting down is not an option.
Some of you guys are old enough to remember these characters from a TV sitcom called In Living Color. It was this West Indian family, this hardworking West Indian family.
10 jobs.
10 jobs, and all these jobs they all have. Gotta go to work, man. Hey, it's called Hey Man. Hey Man, West Indian family where everybody's got several jobs. And there was this one date where his daughter one show where his daughter brought a date to the house. And he says, what do you do for a living? He goes, I'm a doctor. One job? You only got one job? You lazy lima bean, one job.
Good morning.
But you're right, two jobs should be different. If that one doesn't match your financial goals, shift up. Shifting down is not an option. And Dr. Belly goes on to say, pay yourself first. This is another one that makes so much sense and it's so easy to do that most people don't do it. Okay, pay yourself first. Pay yourself the first tip. Pay yourself means when you get some money in your hand, before you pay your bills, before you go out, you pay yourself first, whether it's 10%, 20%, 50%, 30%, 5%, 1%, whatever it is, whatever amount you decide. I'm gonna pay myself $100. Pay yourself first before you do those things. This is a principle that's in so many different books, even in the basic instructions before leaving Earth. I mean, they don't say it there. They say it because they say the first tenth should go to the house. Okay,
that's where my thoughts go. Always the first fruits of everything goes to God. But then I definitely aspire to learn to pay myself.
But isn't that such an easy concept to embrace that so few people do?
I don't.
I wish Jay was here today, man.
Dr. Beverly says, cash flow tips: create a budget, track your spending, build an emergency fund, and set up a savings goal. Then call Uzama Ra about it.
Amen and amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Beverly. You have been bringing it this morning, Dr. Beverly, and we appreciate you.
Good morning, Vicky. We're talking
Vicky
about
Linnell Evans,
today.
this is great.
What have you learned about money?
Mark Greer, what have you learned about money? Alfred Perry, what have you learned about money? Miss Gail Crump, how you doing? What have you learned about money? Didn't I see William Brown in this room?
Yes.
Did he submit something?
He is in the room. He submitted that at 18, he knew everything.
That's right, yeah. He was a genius at 18, that's what he said. So William Brown, what have you learned about money? I think you're a little bit older than 18 right now. Just a little bit over 18. It ain't true. If you got checks, you got money. I learned that's not true. Okay. Money. I almost didn't do it, but I got to quote the great poets of the 80s, Run DMC.
Money is the key to end all your woes.
Go.
Your ups, your downs, your highs, and your lows.
Go.
Can you tell me last time that love brought your clothes? It's like that.
Did y'all hear what she said? Money is the key to end all your woes, your ups, your downs, your highs, and your lows. Money is critical for those things. But can you tell me the last time that love bought your clothes? Uh-oh, here we go. Mark Greer, I'm going to read this in Mark Greer voice.
What
let's do Mark Greer voice the right way. He goes, back at you, my brother. What I have learned about money is the lust for money. It is the root of a lot of evil. However, loving to create income streams can allow you to do a tremendous amount of good. One income is no longer an option. Multiple streams of income is a necessity. One other thing I've learned, at the end of the day, you're going to leave it all here. Put in the work today to plant the seeds for generational wealth. It has to start somewhere and by someone. I read that in the Stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
Absolutely.
Because that's how he talks.
Looking particularly dapper in your yellow tie.
Did y'all check the fit? Did y'all check the suit and the tie? If you check this fit, you gotta say the sound effect. He goes, what is it? Brownish tan suit, gold tie, boom. Boom. That's Mark Greer right there. Uzama, man, thank you for that wonderful submission, Uzama Raw. That thought out submission. Uzama was thinking it out as he wrote it out and shared it with everybody. I appreciate it. He even brought in comparisons of money throughout the world and what happens when they flood the market with currency. Just print more money, right? It cheapens the dollar, but that's what happens. Mm-hmm. Mark Greer says, that is not how I talk. I would like a hamburger and a Coke, please. Waitress, can I have some more water?
Beverly submits, start a savings account. Open a savings account, pack your lunch, buy generic, reduce some of your household bills. You can adjust your tax withholding, be mindful of impulse purchases, and build your credit.
Every bit of what Dr. Beverly submitted today has been good counsel.
Wisdom.
The question is, because it's always been amazing counsel, will you? I think a lot of this, Dr. Beverly, is a matter of discipline. Sir, would you like another cup of coffee? Yes, I will have another cup of coffee. You see, young lady, I like coffee. And you taking the time to come to my table to offer me more coffee, I want you to know I appreciate it. Thank you.
Exactly. Margaret says, why are you sounding like a cross between James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman?
You might be right, Mark, but sometimes my Mark Greer voice is better than others. This might be a day that is off, but I'm still going to have fun doing my Mark Greer voice.
Dr. Beverly goes on to submit, money tip, don't forget to reward yourself because of gold accomplishments.
This is, the older I get, the more I appreciate. So this is something I learned in my 20s from my first sales manager. When the guy had a big check, the man had a really good week of selling, they wanted, I don't know if I would encourage you, they wanted you to go out and buy a new car, okay? Upgrade your vehicle, man. You made all this money, go buy a new car, or go buy a new suit or new suits, or upgrade your wardrobe. They was encouraging us on a weekly basis to spend money on ourselves. Why would they do that? Because two things. One is you're celebrating that you had a big check, but also they wanted to keep you motivated. Now that I bought a new car with a new car payment, I got to keep working. That's what they was thinking. Mark Greer submits, man, if you weren't my friend, that would be a whole lot more funny to you guys that don't, if you had ever met Mark Greer or ever had a chance to talk to him. That would be more funny. People that have talked to Mark Greer before are rolling on the floor right now. They are dying laughing. Everybody who's ever had a conversation with him, when they hear me do Mark, they are rolling on the floor laughing right now.
Good morning, Benita. Good morning.
What is that, Bernita Stevens coming through? Good morning, Bernita. What have you learned about money? This morning, man, we was talking about that. Peter Beckenham, who facilitates this meeting on my Wednesday morning mastermind group, someone said the word money in something. They said da 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 and money. And Peter says, Brian, if you would, how's the proper way to say the word? So I said, money. And then everybody kept saying it. He wanted me to say it I guess it's like
the brain way.
The brand way, but they call that something. It's part of my branding or my logo, maybe. Maybe that's my logo. Okay, the word money, the way I say it.
If you could just pull it in the back together, that would be great. Thank you.
Just tell me what you need me to do so you can stop all this fussing.
I'm just trying to get warm.
It ain't that cold in the house anymore. The heat's been on.
You don't get to tell me how cold I am. And you don't get it. You don't get to tell me how cold I am. You don't get to tell. I don't care what the temperature says. I don't care what the temperature. I don't care what nothing says. I don't care. You are in a sweat.
I got a
glisten going. To be cold,
I got a
that has
going.
No relevance to me.
We're in the same room.
It doesn't matter. Again, none of it matters. Don't show me the temperature. Don't talk to me about it when I feel like I could see my breath. Leave me alone.
No woman like the weather. No woman like the weather.
I happen to be freezing.
Is it possible
that I'm cold?
No. Yeah, that's possible.
Okay.
But is it possible that you're mentally making yourself cold?
Please do not gaslight me before I set you on fire.
Okay. I know a lot of I used to read Psychologist magazine.
Don't do it. I have lived in ownership of this body for my entire life. Dr. Beverly says discipline is a major principle to learn the consistency. Then use Melissa's word, resilience. Keep going. Make these tips a lifestyle. Money a lifestyle. Money is a lifestyle of discipline.
Thank you. That's very well said, Dr. Beverly. Thank you very much. Go somewhere.
No, I have one. What constitutes a cold? Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's not that cold.
I want you to stop saying that.
I want you to leave me alone about. You're cool. I'm sitting right next to you. My arms around you.
You and me are two different people.
Really? FedEx is here bringing us $1 million check. Woo woo. I don't want FedEx to bring me $1 million check. I really don't. Not like that. Okay. Dr. Beverly, you've been amazing today. Thank you for your contributions. It's 9:37. No, I'm not. Don't come out of the cold. I'm in the warmth.
Oh, right. Today
now your hands gonna be freezing.
Hush up. Today in African American history. Michael 16th. A. Carson on April 16th. In 1960, 150 African American and Caucasian students gathered together at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina, to form the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC. This committee was one of the major civil rights movement organizations of the 60s and emerged from the first wave of student sit-ins and was heavily involved in the voter education project, which was federally endorsed by the Kennedy administration.
What year was that again?
1960.
At Shaw University?
Yes.
That was in Raleigh, North Carolina, Shaw University. SNCC, they used to call it SNCC. Started out with Dr. Martin Luther King's group down in the South.
Okay. Malik, listen, I'm cold. You got me feeling cold.
I'm gonna hypnotize you. Stop saying it all the daggone time. I'm cold. If you say it enough times, and you keep saying it, if you keep acting like it, if you start shivering and cowering and covering up, because the feeling follows the action. The feeling follows the action. When you don't feel like working, when you don't feel energized, 1 second, please. When you don't feel the energy to work, if you was to change your physiology as if you did, then you would soon feel like it. Really, I don't feel like working, but I sit like I do, okay, or I act like I do. Then I don't feel very fun today. But if you start laughing, have you ever tried this? Fake laughing for just a little while, and notice that a real laugh follows it because the feeling follows the actions. You're doing everything as if it's 10 degrees in the house right now.
Right. I don't think you realize how minimizing that was to tell me the thoughts and the feelings in my own body.
Okay.
I don't care anything about your theories about it. I don't care anything about any of that. It's still my body and my mind.
Okay.
Thank
It's
you.
not my intention to be minimizing.
That's what it was.
But
trivializing my
no,
feelings.
you chose to accept that as trivialized or minimizing.
No,
but it
I
wasn't.
did not. I
but
did
it
not
wasn't
accept
though.
it. I did
it
not
wasn't.
accept it at
It
all.
was just constant. It wasn't saying let me minimize what Lisa's feeling.
But
with this point and bolstering it with this point. I was making the point to make the point, not to minimize, but you chose to accept it.
No, I didn't accept it. I don't accept it. I reject it.
You heard it as if it was minimizing you, which put me in a place where I have to look. I have to say the words. My intention was not to minimize you, because it wasn't. I wasn't even thinking about it that way, but that's how you received it.
Absolutely. Again,
Blake
that's
Williams
my
says,
fault.
she got
You
me
guys
feeling
who
cold.
don't know.
That is a truism. Because of what you've been saying and what he sees, you got him feeling cold. And Malik goes on to say, mine
So
is
I
the
can
power
get him to
source.
feel cold, but I can't feel cold.
You can feel
So
cold.
I'm powerful.
I wish you could grab
I don't care nothing about your head or your
Dr.
sweat.
Beverly goes on to say, tip, money is a tool that has to be used responsibly.
Amen.
That's very interesting too, because some smart people started teaching me that in my 20s. You know, money is not really a thing. Okay? It's a tool if you use it right. Vicky Liddell Evans says, Brian Keith McNeill, leave my Lisa alone. And then she's laughing. Really, Vicky? That's what you're going to say? Leave your Lisa alone? Like I'm starting with her or bothering her. Brother man can't have an opinion. That man can't have a thought. I can't have something to articulate.
Amen. Amen. Brother Malik says, you're talking to Eve.
Oh, my
She
goodness.
feels. Adam is logical. The beautiful science of love. Understand your origin.
Thank you, Malik. Malik, that
Thank
was
you for
beautiful.
being the grown up in the room. Or
That's right.
Trying
Oh
to
my
be.
gosh.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you, Malik. I appreciate that very much. She feels. It don't have to be so, but she feels.
Oh my God. Oh.
The feelings don't have to make sense. They don't. And that's why you can't go by just feelings, because they don't have to make sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Dr. Beverly says she is expressing her feelings. Just offer her some hot tea. Baby, would you like some hot tea?
No, thank you.
Oh, you don't want no hot tea.
No, thank you. Thank you.
You don't want no solutions.
I have given myself a solution.
Okay.
I have a blanket across my body, my whole body. I have on slippers. All of the things that you like to try to point out are why I'm cold. And I am actually in facilitation of those very things.
Okay, you put on socks.
I could put on a winter coat. I could put on
You put
a
on
hat. I could
socks?
put on a scarf. I could put
You
on
don't think any of those
everything.
things will help?
Sure, let me do
Okay.
all of it.
Put socks on and some long johns.
Long pants.
Yeah, you
I
can
could
do
put
all
on a turtleneck. I could put on everything. Anyway, it is time for the songs.
And it's so funny too, because I came in the room last night, Dr. Beverly, and my wife was huddled up under the covers. And I saw her, so I was like, okay, let me throw another blanket on the bed on top of her. Because her physiology looked like she was cold. And I put the heavier blanket on her. You know what she said, Malik? I'm not cold. Yes, you are. Looking at you.
I was
You
not.
like this. I said, you're practically shivering. I'm not cold.
I was not cold.
So you laying over there like this, but you're not cold.
I was not cold.
So I put the blanket. No, you weren't cold at all.
I was not cold.
I walked in the room. That was my first impression. Okay, she's cold. Let me put another blanket on her. Okay. I go take my shower. And when I come out the shower, guess what? She don't have no covers on her now. Okay.
Because I was not cold in the first place. Not cold. Not cold.
I'm happy, Malik. Malik says, just be happy, bro. My wife hits the thermostat. I be walking around sweating.
I don't touch the thermostat. I don't touch it ever. I never, ever touch it.
Hey, Hey, Jacqueline Rosier's in there.
Good
Morning, Jacqueline. You're just in time. We're about to do greeting songs and greeting logos. So I'm so happy that you're here. I hope all is well with you. Good morning, Jacqueline Rosier. So we're going to go to the top up here today. This show is called Let's Talk About It. We've been doing it since October of 2016. We're into our 9th year. Malik, 9 years. I've been sitting here in front of this camera Monday through Friday with Lisa on my left. Okay, doing this for 9 years. She's always sat on my left, no matter what home we were in, whatever room we were in, whatever restaurant or hotel that we have brought this from, because we've done it from all over the place. And not just in the Lisa's office. We've done it a lot of different, outside, inside, all over the place. She's always been on my left. So one of the things we do, a lot of you guys have been rocking with us the whole ride or a long time or consistently, like Dr. Beverly and Uzama. And we say thank you to our consistent contributors with greeting songs and with greeting logos. For example, up first today was Uzama Ra.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King, Uzama. Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King, Uzama. That's right.
Our way of saying thank you to Uzama for being a consistent. Dr. Beverly has a logo that she has earned over time, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly, and good morning to you and the rest of your crew. Miss Phyllis has been rocking with us for the longest. She's got one too, and it goes, Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. William Brown's got a song too, and it goes,
good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so.
And we always will. Our friend Will. Good morning, our friend Will. I hope all of you guys that are here listening to these songs, I want to say this to you. I want you to have a great day today. I really do. Like Craig Sapp says when he comes in the room, have a great day on purpose.
Enjoy it to the fullest.
And enjoy it to the fullest. I'm going to channel Craig and say today, have a great day. Do something on purpose, purposeful. Use your time. Dr. Deborah has a song too, and it goes,
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
That's Dr. Deborah's jam right there. Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach. Mark Greer's got a jam too, and it goes like this.
You gotta do hot.
I'm waiting for you to stop the shenanigans.
I'm not doing shenanigans. I'm trying to do my choreography and keep my blanket on. I ain't doing no choreography.
Don't do it then.
No choreography today, y'all.
So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's Mark Greer speaking. Yeah, Malik Williams, you deserve it. Yeah. Help us find one.
Malik was instrumental in one of the first photographs that we ever took.
One of the first best photographs.
So many compliments.
Oh my gosh.
We have used it in so many places.
I need to find it again because Malik Williams, he's an amazing photographer with an amazing eye. He could see it. He captured my wife and I with a look of love that anybody who saw that picture would just see.
Hoodwink.
Oh, that's love. That's what love looks like. Malik captured a picture that made you think. That right there is what love looks like. You know me? You know me? That little girl. That's so funny to me. Vicky Evans got a song too, and it goes,
Vicky Evans
rocks. Steady rocking all night long. Vicky Evans rocks. Steady rocking to the break of.
Rocking to the break of dawn.
Malik, yes, help us find you a jam. Malik says also.
That's crazy. I have had a private group called Let's Talk About It Too. Like Minds. That's right, Like Minds. I know. I enjoy Let's Talk About It. I enjoy your private group. I think I'll be in there. I think I'm in there.
You think it's funny in there?
Yeah, it's funny.
Jacqueline Rosie's got a jam too.
Jacqueline Rosie. Pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you were mine.
Jacqueline Rosier, good morning, my sister. Robert C. Stern slid through because he had a free minute. He's a busy man. He says, I gotta teach.
Your Google
He says,
guru.
peekaboo. He popped through. Robin C. Stern.
Your
as the
Google
logo.
guru.
Let's do it. Let's start over. Robin C. Stern, he's the Google guru. Teach. Your Google guru. Teach. That's his jam. Sister Jacqueline Rosier thought sound was funny. She says, ha. I love you, Lisa. I miss you. You make me smile. Love the shenanigans. I love you, Lisa. Like I ain't sitting here. Back there in the room. I ain't even in the room. What's that supposed to be? Malik, help us find you a jam, please. Very sneaky. Robert C. Stern says something was very sneaky. I'm not sure what that was.
You are sneaky.
I'm sneaky?
No.
Okay.
But
I heard you tell somebody your husband was sneaky.
Are you sneaky? You
said that one time before to somebody because I'll buy stuff without letting her know sometimes. I think that's what you was talking about. Now we love you too, B-Man.
You too, Walona.
You too, Walona. That's what that is. It's 9:51. I am excited about today.
Today is a wonderfully full day.
It's a wonderfully full day. My wife asked me last night, she goes, man, that's a lot of stuff you got to do today. I said, yes, but it's the kind of day that energizes. Today at 3:00, I get to be the subject matter expert in a group out of Canada. It's going to be a live stream. I'll put the stream link on my page for a women's group of entrepreneurs. Ms. Glenda Kroll is going to have me on as her special guest, and I'm going to rock. And the topic is how to confidently sell without feeling salesy or pushy. That's what I'm going to talk about, how to sell without feeling salesy or pushy. That's at 3 for me. At 6:00, I have been hired and paid well to present to another group of women entrepreneurs. That's 2 women's groups.
Is it 6 or 7?
It's 7 my time, yes. 7 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, but 6 p.m. because they're out of Chicago.
Okay.
It's a group out of Chicago. They hired me to do a sales workshop for the women tonight. And at 8 p.m., the beginning of it, Dr. Lisa is going to facilitate it, but at 8 p.m., we host because on the first and third Wednesday of every month, first and third Wednesday, this happens to be the third Wednesday of the month.
The third Wednesday in the second week of the month, but never mind.
Yeah, because that's just the way the calendar fell this month. But we're going to host the Empowering
Financial
Professionals Group. Empowering Financial Professionals Group. And tonight we're going to talk about interpreting objections. Like when the client says stuff like, I can't afford it. What does that mean? It could mean, please show me why this is a good amount. Please show me how I can afford this. Please show me why this is valid. Please show me why this is a value. Okay, but you have to learn how to interpret objections. Cost too much. Well, what does that mean? You know, can you help give me a comparison or even anything else? But we're going to talk about interpreting objections tonight. So that's going to be exciting for me. So, and I had a meeting at 8:00 too. So the 8:00 meeting, the 3:00 meeting, the 7:00 meeting, and the 8 p.m. meeting. This is a good day for Brother Brown.
9, 3, 7.
Yeah, because I did an 8:00 meeting this morning too.
And this one is 9.
And this is 9:00 meeting this morning too. And I got time today too. In the middle of this all, I have it on my calendar at 11 a.m. to hit the gym. I'm going to hit the gym at 11 this morning.
Did you pencil your nap in?
I don't know if I did or not, but I should.
You need to block your calendar accordingly.
Yes, because if I don't get a nap, I won't be able to serve in the evening as well.
No, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to talk about your thoughts. We're going to have thoughtful thoughts for tomorrow. Let's talk about it. And
I didn't block it out, and someone already took it.
See what happens? I told you. That's why. That's why. Anyway, that's why.
I'm going to block the rest of the time after that.
In the meantime, in between time, don't forget to have sex.
But I'm blessed that someone does schedule with me. Yes.